Concern from the Ministry of Health about choir members at several churches across the country not obeying COVID-19 prevention guidelines. The concern follows complaints that some choirs are not maintaining the social distancing and mask-wearing rules. Khrystal Wilson tells us more.
A warning from the Ministry of Health. Members of church choirs must also adhere to all COVID-19 guidelines. During the ministry's COVID-19 update on Wednesday, it was mentioned that there's an apparent absence of mask wearing and social distancing among choir members at some churches. Epidemiologist Dr. Avery Hines said the ministry is aware there are times people deviate from the recommended COVID-19 practices. He reminded, however, of the need to obey all COVID-19 public health guidelines.
In whatever situation people are gathered, that all of the recommendations regarding the physical distancing, the mask wearing, the sanitization, the minimal or minimizing of occupancy, that all of those guidelines are followed strictly.
Dr. Hines said to not wear a mask means putting the elderly members of the congregation at risk of contracting the virus.
So in any event, in any instance where there are individuals gathered for church service or for any other indoor setting and physical distancing is not being observed or masks are not being worn in any of those settings, you're increasing the risk of transmission. And especially in the church setting where the church-going population tends to already come from the more senior end of the age spectrum, you're putting a more vulnerable group of individuals at higher risk by not adhering.
Meanwhile, Chief Medical Officer Dr. Roshan Parasram said the Ministry of Health will consider other ways to prevent these breaches.
Of course, we will reach out to the police service as well as the IRO to ensure, as you know, the guidelines are on the website, Ministry of Health website, so anyone can get access to it. But again, to reiterate the role of TTPS and IRO in assisting us in having that clarion call to all the places of worship so that they follow the guidelines stringently to avoid any risk.
The current public health ordinance allows for churches to hold services, but only at 50% of maximum seating capacity to allow for proper social distancing. Khrystal Wilson, TTT News.